So this video is all about helping you understand how do you get paid from the insurance company selling final expense or even Medicare or annuities. It's very important to know the best practices as you're moving forward to hopefully make some great money in the insurance industry. So we're going to dive into this with all levels of depth. And I appreciate my viewers and subscribers who asked me this question: how do I get paid from the insurance company? How quickly does it all happen? We're going to talk about it with you, including vesting. That's very important. So, when you first become a life insurance agent, a Medicare insurance agent, and maybe you're saying, you know what, I want to jump into final expense telesales, but what's the time frame from me being an insurance agent to getting my appointments, getting my contracting so that I can hopefully capitalize? We're going to answer those questions for you in this video. So, first off, the very important thing that you want to be aware of is a vesting schedule. Believe it or not, a lot of agents that join captive insurance agencies and even some other IMOs, they don't understand this very important detail, and that's, are you vested? It's very important that you're vested day one. So when you first join an IMO, an insurance agency, it's like a work family. And if you want to have the wealth, it's very important that you own and control your block of business. That is called being vested. It just means you have ownership of everything that you're trying to do here. Because if you want to have amazing levels of ownership, well, it all starts with you owning, first off, what you do, but more importantly, your block of business. So make sure that you're vested day one. That means that you own all the business that you're getting beat up and working on so hard. The best IMOs out there will make sure that you're vested day one, and some of the other ones, they won't. A lot of captive agencies may make you wait 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and if you fail out, they basically take your entire block of business. They take it from you. So very important detail here. Make sure you're vested day one. When you're joining any IMO, any insurance marketing organization is what IMO stands for, or FMO, which is field marketing organization. You want to find the vesting schedule and make sure you're vested day one. But once you found a good work family to call a home, it's very important that you understand, what does the contracting process looks like? Are you paid by that company you work with? Or more importantly, the best practices of some of the best IMOs is you want to get paid from the insurance carrier. First off, you want to be vested day one. Very, very, very important. But the second part here is you want to make sure that you are getting paid from the insurance carrier, not the company. So if you're with a captive company, a lot of these places will pay you from the company because you don't own your block of business. That's something you don't want to step into down the road because you didn't ask a couple simple questions. So make sure that you're vested day one, and then make sure you're paid from the company, which is also called the insurance carrier. So this is how you get paid. First off, when you make sure that you're vested day one, you've joined a good national insurance agency, like even mine. I do recruit agents across the nation at jasonfinalexpense.com. So privileged to work with some of the most powerful insurance producers across this nation. We sell a lot of life and Medicare insurance and final expense, face-to-face, and in the telespace as well, more importantly. So free resources on my website for you for the taking. But when you join a good work family, you want to find out, am I vested? Make sure that you're paid from the carrier, like the men and women that partner in my national agency. But once you found a good work family to call a home, they're going to give you what's called like Assurance Bay, or maybe a direct to carrier link. This is called the contracting portion. So when you become an insurance agent, you found a good IMO, you found the best IMO to work for, you're getting ready to make the wealth. Well, it takes a little bit of time here. They're going to give you some contracting paperwork. That is tedious. It takes time to fill it out. Contracting just makes sure that you can get your capital in your bank account. You get the privilege of being able to sell that product with those companies. So contracting is just a contract between you, your IMO, who's taking the responsibility for you. That's the whole idea of having a good national insurance agency. So you've got a partner in the business. That's important, but you want to make sure that you are vested and you've got a good organization that's helping you. They're the ones who are taking the risk. You're getting the reward, but they're taking a risk on you when they bring you on, which is why they give you a contracting link. And They are signing a contract basically to help you get what you desire in this industry, but it's a performance-based business. And you've got to understand that it takes time even in the contracting side. It's going to take you, once you sign with the carriers, I know it's a weird word, but carriers just means the company. You're going to contract to be able to have the privilege to sell them. That takes anywhere from 2 days upwards of 6 weeks, and every company's got their own time frame. So when you're contracting, that is when you're setting up your license, when you're setting up your errors and omissions insurance. You're going to have that all done, and you get your anti-money laundering set up. That's all established on the contracting. So you got your insurance license. That's great, but you're not going to get paid here. So how you get paid is to select a good IMO, make sure you're vested, make sure you're being paid from the insurance companies themselves, not the mothership somewhere, because they'll take your money that way in most cases. So make sure that now you've taken that time to have a good relationship with your potential upline, your potential manager, your IMO, FMO, insurance group, whatever you want to call it. But now you get contracted. You're like, okay, this is the handshake I want. Understand every insurance carrier will take a different time frame to get you appointed. Appointed is kind of like the knights and damsel days, where they put that little sword on you. Well, once they appoint you, now you can sell, but you can't sell that insurance company until you get an agent number or a just-in-time appointment. An agent number gives you the authority, once contracted, gives you the authority to talk about and sell that product. If you don't have a writing number or don't have an appointment, like just in time means as soon as you get contracted, they'll give you maybe a letter that says, hey, you can sell us right away, and then we'll run your background once you write your first piece of business. That's called just in time. So they won't contract until you've written a piece of business, but you can solicit for that company. You can sell for that company if it's just in time. But most companies, they want to appoint you, and that takes a processed portion of time, because they're going to run your background. You're in a stack of paper like this, and it just depends when they get done and contract you. So it does take anywhere from 2 days, sometimes up to 6 weeks for some of these insurance companies before you can even have the privilege of selling their products and offerings. So it does take time, 2 to 6 weeks. When you are contracting, you want to know how you get paid. So if you are setting everything up as earned, that just means you're going to get paid your commission when the insurance company gets that premium. But it's basically playing the divide by 12 game when you're paid as earned. So as the money comes in, that's when you're going to get paid. The better way for most final expense insurance agents out there is to select 9-month advance. Most insurance agencies should allow you to select that. That allows you to get an advancement. So if you're at, for example, 100% commission and you get $1,000 of annual premium, a 9-month advance would let you see a 75% advancement. So on $1,000 annual premium at 100% commission, you're going to get a check for $750. That's like a loan to you from the insurance company. So that's yours as long as the business sticks and stays. But when you select the best IMO, they're taking responsibility for you. So you got to be real careful to write good business, because when that business goes backwards, that's what they call a chargeback, and you're responsible for your negative debt, because that advancement is like a loan. It's yours. It'll last in your checking account as long as that policy stays on the books. But if it doesn't, you've got to write that money, that check, you've got to write that back to the insurance carrier because the business went bonk. So believe it or not, chargebacks are part of the industry. That's why it's so important that you vet your trainer, vet your IMO, vet your agency. Chargebacks are a very real thing when you're dealing with insurance sales. And that's why when you select a good IMO, when you select a good insurance group or insurance agency to work for, you want to know, am I vested? How do I get paid? How long does this painful, boring process of contracting, how long does it take? And normally it'll take anywhere from 2 days upwards of 6 weeks, depending on the carrier. But you've got to take your time in contracting. Select a 9-month advance and just understand the responsibility that you're taking on as in an insurance agent. There's risk, but there's massive reward here. Understand that a 9-month advance is phenomenal as long as you write good business. But if you don't, this is something that can hurt a lot of agents that never hear the word chargeback until it's too late. So the advancement part is great, but it can get you if you're not writing sticky business. So just understand what you sell is great, but it's got to stick. It's got to stay if you want to get paid. So the IMO takes that responsibility on. They're basically signing debt for all their agents. That's why being in an insurance agency and running a national insurance agency is amazing, but it has its own responsibilities because you're responsible for that chargeback debt, and your agents are as well. So when you first start off getting contracted, understand the risk of you having that advancement, but I would always select a 9-month advance, especially when you join a good organization like jasonfinalexpense.com, because we train so diligently. And that's important. You got to have a good partner in the business. You've got to have good allies to help you attain, hopefully, success in an industry that does chew up and spit out a lot of insurance agents because they were never told about chargebacks or contracting or how long it takes to get licensed. But when you're doing the contracting, you're going to need errors and omissions insurance. That's like your vest, all right, your bulletproof vest. Most likely you'll never need it, but if you get tapped, you're going to be real happy put that thing on, all right? It protects you. So always have errors and omissions insurance. You'll be doing anti-money laundering more times than you ever wanted to, but make sure that you select the advancement unless you're sitting on stacks and can wait to get paid. So 9-month advance just means you get that 75% advancement. And if you get paid as earned, that just means if you were, let's say, $1,000 of annual premium, $1,000 of commission, if it was $83 and change a month, $83 gets paid to the company, then you get paid $83. Multiply that times 12. You got the full G in your pocket, but it just takes time to get all of it into your bank account. So contracting is great. It does take time. So you became a new life insurance agent, Medicare insurance agent, or even an annuity insurance agent, and you're like, okay, I'm ready. Well, you've got your insurance license. That's great, but you can't go capitalize yet. You've got to find the right IMO, the right work family to call a home. And believe it or not, a lot of agents will join an IMO and realize maybe this is just a house. Nobody pays attention to me. They gave me a website and go book a time to talk to somebody, and nobody really takes the time to be your true ally in the business. It's all about relationships in this business for sure, but make sure that you choose the right work family to call a home, and hopefully you're just going to have amazing success here, because let me share with you, so many 6-figure income earners and 7-figure income earners are a result of this business. And the reason that the agents that make it are able to make that kind of money is because there's a lot of agents that can't get through the hard times, the hard calls, the hard doors that you're going to get closed on you sometimes. They can't handle chargebacks, and that's what keeps a lot of people from being able to capitalize. But sometimes agents don't make it just because they don't have intellectual property. They don't have proven power scripts. They don't buy enough leads. They don't see the people. And that's really a sad thing when agents aren't aware of how this works. So first off, get contracted when you're new, find the right IMO, make sure you're vested, but do a 9-month advancement if you can. And my goodness, it's amazing. Another thing that maybe you'll select is, do you want to get paid on settle, or do you want to get paid on maybe on issuance? So that's a difference really for you to decide, but most agents want to select get paid on settle because it's a safer way to get paid. When the insurance company gets their money, then you make your money, as opposed to getting paid on issue. The issue with that is if you transpose the bank account, if there's no money in there when they try to draft it, when you're paid on issue, that's insanely frustrating when you got paid that advancement, that loan, and now you got to pay it back. And then you're digging yourself out of a hole because chargebacks happen a lot higher when you're getting paid on issue. Getting paid on settle, way safer. But the 9-month advancement is nothing to worry about when you're new. Hopefully you'll make the wealth. It's great. Just stick and stay, work hard, understand this business is very simple, yes, but it's never easy. And it's always important to understand how you get paid from the insurance carrier, the insurance company. That's just all about contracting, and make sure you're a good comp for sure. And if you'd like a good second opinion, feel free to reach out at jasonfinalexpense.com. Love to serve you in any way I can, but this is an amazing industry. You hopefully will have what it takes. And if I can help you in any way, reach out. And if you've got any topics that you'd like me to take up for you on my channel, put them in the comments below. I'll do everything I can to deliver for you. So thanks to my subscriber for asking this. I hope this video helps you, and I appreciate y'all. Have a great day.